Hello, welcome to the One I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, I'm wearing clothes. I'm wearing a 2B t-shirt. Anyways, I'm going to talk about Cat's Eye again. But this morning, not this morning, it was like this afternoon, I got a phone call. And it was from a number I've never seen before, and it didn't say anything. Like, it just said the number, like it didn't have a name or anything. And it was a Mexican chick who said, "Hello, who's this?" And so I was like, "Well, who's this? You're the one calling me." And she's like, "You called me um, at like 7:30 a.m." And so I'm thinking to myself, I'm like in my head, I'm like, "Well, I was asleep at 7:30 a.m." or like half asleep because I was playing a video game, so I was kind of like dozing, in and out. And I'm like, no, and it just says, "Oh no, it was a 9:30." It says in my phone, and I was just like, and so I looked at my phone because I don't know, like maybe I was sleepwalking, and I made a phone call, and I'm like, no, and so I didn't respond. I just hung up the phone, but I just thought it was funny. It's like, you call someone who you don't know and you go, "Who's this?" I was like, "You stupid." But yeah, and the only girl who I it might be, because I don't know any Mexican girls. Well, I know one Mexican girl named a Jennifer, and I do remember, it's been a while, man. I've known her for a long time. I started talking to her back in like 2014 or something like that. But like we were more like Facebook troll friends, and like there's a couple of times like I offered her money, for her to sleep with me. So that's the only Mexican girl I know. So it was probably just some scammer. But anyway, um, there was. Oh yeah, this is just a bunch of scenes of this is someone's Yunchi playlist. So I'm just playing it in the background. But anyway, you know how I say that Cat's Eye isn't K-pop because they sing in English. I haven't heard one. Does Cat's Eye have any songs in Korean? No, right? Okay. So anyway, there was a new an interview that Cat's Eye did, and Laura, my least favorite member, even though I don't even like the group, this one who looks like an animal, visual whole. I know. I'm not gonna pretend I like Cat's Eye, and I'm not gonna pretend I like the members. Well, I like. Never mind. I can't go. I don't like them. Then go. Oh, but wait. Anyway, uh, so they have this new song called "Internet Girl," right? And it's basically a song about crap they hear on the internet. Mostly the bad stuff, right? And in the song, there's a line like "eat zucchini," and it's like over and over again because they have really bad lyrics. Cat's Eye has horrible lyrics, and it makes no sense because they sing in English. So you're not translating a Korean song to English. It makes sense if it sounds bad because some words you can't translate. But this is an English song and it's just bad. But anyway, the interview asks Laura, "What does eat zucchini mean?" And I guess I'll quote her exactly. I'm on think Korea Boo. Let's see. Their latest single, Internet Girl, is about seeing opinions about themselves online. I asked them about the line that's gotten the most attention, "eat zucchini," which they repeat in sync. "It means eat a dick," says Laura matter of factly, even though the song wasn't written by any of the group's members. It's quite obvious, I think. Um, well, I knew that's what it meant because anytime a food reference, like I want to say 90% of the time, food is referenced in a K-pop song, it is it's a some kind of sexual innuendo. Like we can, I mean, right now off the top of my head, I can only think of Cookie from New Jeans. Cookie is their vagina. Um, Red Velvet had ice cream. That song was about like oral sex. So anyway, it's not the first time, and there's a bunch of other songs, but this isn't the first time that a food was replacing a sexual organ or something like that. My problem is I don't care because I knew what that song was about. My problem is, and I don't have a bunch of the quotes, but there's people who are going like this, random quote. They probably just made it up. But if you go on X, there's a bunch of people mad, like disband this group immediately, and then that there's lots of people outraged that Yunchi right here, when she recorded, because she sings on the track, and so when she recorded the song in the studio, I guess she was a minor, and they're mad that a minor sang those lyrics. I don't I have never seen such try hard virtue signaling in my life over some bullshit. I remember being in school. I mean like whatever. Let's just say middle school. I mean, there were people talking like sailors in middle school and using all kinds of slang. So are the people leaving the comments? I mean, I'm assuming some are really offended. So the ones that are really offended and appalled and calling for Hybe to disband the group, and like I'm sure they have some real comments. Yeah, the interview was in the cut, but I'll read a little bit. Netizens. First of all, netizens in the K-pop world are the most toxic people on the planet. If you want toxicity, um, K-pop fans, they're included in that. But the netizens, the people that they call the netizens, are like the most annoying. Um, Netizens hit back at the innuendo meaning of the line, especially with Yoonchae singing it after it was released when she was still a minor. Because a minor can't use an innuendo, okay? While some defended the group and that Yoonchae is now 18, they added that the song was written when the idol was a minor, with Hybe seemingly waiting for it to be seen as okay. And yeah, and so they give a few examples of people on X outraged that a minor sang a lyric that was filled with innuendo, but you can go back throughout the years of K-pop. Uh, like no one cared when Yuri was singing on Ice Cream in 2014. I just like how we pick and choose when to be offended by stuff, and it looks like a Korea Boo has curated the most outraged people. And here we go. At one point, will we all agree that Hybe is grooming these girls? What? Yoonchae is 18, and they waited for her to turn 18 to release the song, but I can guarantee you that she recorded this before she turned 18. the the fake outrage. Okay, I just want you guys to know, singing song lyrics is not grooming. Grooming is um, like you're an adult and you meet someone who's whatever, 16, 14, whatever, and you talk to them, hang out with them, whatever, you befriend them, and your goal is to sleep with them, but they just think you're like their piano teacher. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. Like they just think, oh, that's my softball coach. It's a lot more sinister than here, sing these song lyrics, K-pop idol that you work for me. Sing these lyrics. I wrote this song for you. Like that's not grooming. So like these people are okay. I guess words have lost their meaning, but Yoon is not being groomed. She's just an idol, and the producer gives her song lyrics and she sings them. It's really like we are making this something it's not. Like another comment. They knowingly had a child's voice go straight into a sexual euphemism. Please disband this disgusting group immediately. Are you serious? The song is about telling people online who are saying negative things to them, telling them they eat a dick. The song isn't about the members eating dick. Like, it's not. I mean, are people this stupid? Like, do they think Cat's Eye is singing about eating dick? The I just can't. I don't think. I mean, these are real people from X, and these are the real comments. Like I've had comments. I've had comments that I've left be used, which is kind of cool. But anyway, so I'm assuming if I was used and my comment was real, I'm assuming these are real comments. I just think people want to be offended. I think people, because see, the pendulum has swung, and enough people, and it started during COVID. So many people were canceled, like doctors, psychologists, economists, politicians, whatever, were canceled during COVID because they had opinions that were different, saying like, yeah, we shouldn't lock down, or like there's these other medical options, or like you don't actually need the vaccine because it's just the flu that's been modified in a lab. Like all those people that were said stuff like that got canceled, and then but that's when it started. But there's a bunch of other examples of like someone following the wrong person on Twitter and getting canceled, or someone saying, or someone said a joke 20 years ago, but now people are offended, now they got canceled. Like all that started in 2020, well, around there. But things have kind of swung back because like people, everyone who's been attacked just doesn't care anymore, because like you've been called every single name in the book. I mean, like how many times have I been called like an istorophobe because of my uh, YouTube videos? Because I'm not a left leaning retard. But anyway, so it's like you still have this group of people though that still, the unemployed. You still have the unemployed who happen to be K-pop fans, netizens, who are still just looking for something, looking for some person, some company, someone they hate to try to run them off the internet. Like, why do you want the group to disband because one of the members was like whatever 17 when she recorded a song? Like I don't know what you expect to happen. So it's another one. How am I not to believe this is not a Zionist operation made to desensitize the what? What? I almost fainted. I was laughing so hard. What? How am I not to believe that this is not a Zionist operation made to desensitize the group from AI lyrics and barely legal girls acting fully grown for a hyper Pacific part of the population? What? What? I bet you this person doesn't even own one K-pop album, but I bet you this person is unemployed. I bet you, because that sounds like some off the deep end stuff. Okay, see, but these are the people making all the noise. These are the same people that still don't like Kiss of Life, and every time Kiss of Life makes a post, they go, "You know the racist." Like it's been a while. You need to stop following them. You need to focus on your life. I can't believe that this is a real person. We have to see if this is a real person. I have to see if that's a real person. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. I don't think. Let me use the other name. Uh, Unless that's from Blue Sky. I don't have Blue Sky. Hold on. I think that's a Blue Sky account. Anyway, no, it is X, but that can't be a real person. Oh wait, it's linked. Oh my god, it's a real person. This is the person who said that. Oh my god, that's a real person. How can you be this stupid? Oh my god, and this person, and I was just talking about Kiss of Life. People will sooner blame hype for the downfall of K-pop rather than acknowledging the fact that people are just genuinely tired of how much appropriate. Oh my god. So Robin is another one of these people that are still mad at Kiss of Life. I just talked about that. Anyway, so yeah, so it's like people like Robin here who have who have several posts that are negative, and is a activist person because like she has like Princess Diana crap on here still too. Like anyway, um, that's beside the point. Like to see like it's a certain type of person who does this, and these people are even I guess more desperate now because the pendulum has kind of swung the other way where you can't cancel people anymore because people won't allow it. Because the only reason why you get canceled is because you let them cancel you. Now it's different if you're like work for a business and they call the business and the business capitulates. I mean like you can't really. I mean that's why a lot of these K-pop idols get kicked out of groups. It's because the company does it. Like the idol doesn't want to do it. But they're not gonna do anything with Cat's Eye though. And here's the thing: like I don't understand why people care. So the same people. So like, what happens when they hear a minor? Because I used to be a minor, and I use the same words now that I used back then. So that means I was cursing. Was sexual active back then. Like you do adult things when you're younger, and you say adult things when you're younger. Like it's not like you're playing with your GI Joes or your Barbie, and then you turn 18 and then you throw all that away and then Pokemon evolve into an adult. And these people are being very disingenuous because all of them used to be younger and they know exactly how. I've been to more raunchy high school parties than I've been to raunchy adult parties. I remember going to high school I'm looking back, the parties I went to when I was in high school were like whoa crazy. The parties I went to when I was adult were boring. And I'm talking about everything that you think could happen at a party. It happened at these high school parties, but an adult now it was kind of boring. It's kind of stood against the wall and talked, So like, we have to stop pretending. And then what I don't understand is when you look at Cat's Eye, they're the way they dress and the way they dance, like they're a raunchy group, and their lyrics are like they're not a PG group. Cat's Eye is a group for a very specific audience. I mean, like the way they dress anyway. You would think their main audience is like men. I don't know, like 18 to, well, every man likes a good-looking woman. So let's just say it's just for men, like men that like strippers. I mean, because like that's what they act like. Their dance moves have always been sexually suggestive since day one. Their outfits are very skimpy. Um, so you're mad about her singing the word zucchini, but you're not freaking out over like the stuff they were doing like 2 years ago. It just, once again, we're just picking and choosing when to be offended, and if you're living life like that, you're being fake. So I mean, this is why I don't take any of this seriously, and I'm laughing at it. And even though I don't like Cat's Eye, I still think I should not like the people who are trying to cancel them more, which is just stupid. I mean, like, let these the people who want them to disband. That makes no sense. It's like, why are we trying to take away these women's livelihood? Just don't follow the group. I don't like Cat's Eye, so I don't follow them. But I don't go on every post that they're on and throw throw shade. I don't go to all their music videos or all their social media posts and go, I don't like you, I don't like you. I just, once every a couple of months, I make a YouTube video saying I don't like them. Anyway, I've said enough. You guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Peace.